Newspapers and Education Program, or NIE, is active in over 70 schools in the region. Over 15,000 copies of the Erie Times-News are distributed annually to the schools participating in the program. Teachers involved in the NIE program are encouraged to use the Erie Times-News any way they see fit. In the case of Mrs. Flanagan's class, the students were asked to identify verbs in print and then draw pictures that related to the verbs they chose.
The ones that I picked were climb, go, look, tossing, holding, and walk.
One of the weekly features in NIE is the series story. Each Wednesday, a new chapter is printed. Carmer Johannes says that's her favorite part.
Reading chapter books in it. It was really cool because only the cat found this doll, and there's a lot of chapters to read.
At the end of each chapter, students are asked to predict the direction of the next chapter, as well as other questions.
We had to think of what was happening in the last chapter.
Each week, students' responses are published. This provides a great opportunity for students to use their imagination and predictive skills, plus it's a bonus to see their name in print. Students felt that the paper provided more information than other news sources in the area.
There are times when I won't have time to watch the news in the morning, and I don't feel left out when I read the paper.
If there's other things kids don't know about, they can just look in the newspaper and they'll find it there.
There are more things in the paper that you can't actually find on the news, and it just really helps, again, to know what's going on in the world.
Students also said that NIE helps them connect with the world outside their classroom and their communities.
What we're learning in our class kind of relates to what's going on in the outside world.
We can learn about current events and go outside the classroom.
It's important for kids to read the paper because no matter what section, you'll always get informative stuff that could help you with your future.
Everybody loves sports, and kids are no exception. Giovanni loves football, soccer, and basketball, and he can find all of those sports scores in the Erie Times-News.
I found out lots of information in the newspaper about my favorite teams.
I like reading the sports section because it informs me who won the games and what happened during the games.
Learning doesn't always have to be serious. Isabella talks about how she's learned new words thanks to the Erie Times-News comics section.
What I enjoy most about the paper is the comics because they're funny and you can just learn a lot of words from it.
NIE complements student-teacher interaction. Several students candidly spoke about their teachers.
Mrs. Munch is a good teacher, and then she's a really awesome math teacher.
If we don't understand something fully, we can go to our teacher, Mr. Bucarelli, and we can ask.
Mrs. Munch is awesome.
NIE helps provide teachers with a dynamic learning environment. It helps students interact with their classmates, and it helps teachers use a medium different than their textbooks. Thanks to the support of our sponsors, the NIE program has been and continues to be successful.